When you picture Thailand, what do you see? I bet it's those incredible golden temples, right? The ones that just seem to reach right up into the sky. Or maybe it's the monks in their bright saffron-colored robes, walking peacefully at dawn. And you've probably seen those tiny, beautiful spirit houses that stand guard outside almost every building. It's an absolutely stunning landscape. But these aren't just pretty pictures for a postcard. They are the living, breathing signs of a faith that is so deep, it literally shapes the entire country. So, what's behind it all? What do people actually believe? And how does that belief show up in their daily lives? Okay, let's get into it. So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at the faith you can actually see. Then we'll dive into the core beliefs, the whole cycle of karma that drives everything. After that, we'll see how people practice their faith every day, how that creates a culture of kindness, and finally, how this ancient faith is still changing and adapting in the modern world. All right, first things first, let's just try to get a handle on the sheer scale of this and the specific kind of Buddhism we're talking about here, because it is so central to Thai identity. And this right here, this is why it matters so much. Just look at that number. We're talking about something like 94% of the entire population. I mean, wow. It's not just a religion. It's the cultural bedrock of the entire country. And the specific type they practice is called Theravada Buddhism. The name literally means the teaching of the elders. And that's a huge deal, because it's considered the oldest, most traditional form of Buddhism there is, tracing a direct line all the way back to the Buddha's original teachings about 2,500 years ago. So here's a quick cheat sheet for you. The sacred language is Pali. The main holy books are called the Tipitaka, which translates to the three baskets. And the focus is very much on the individual, on your personal effort through things like meditation and living a good life, all with the ultimate goal of reaching a state called nirvana. Okay, so what is the engine that drives all of this? What's the core belief system? Well, it all boils down to this really powerful cycle of ideas. And these ideas influence pretty much every single action. It all kicks off with karma. Now, you've probably heard the word, but it's basically the ultimate law of cause and effect. Every single intentional thing you do, your actions, your words, even your thoughts, creates a result. You do good things like being kind or generous, and you create good karma, which leads to happiness down the road. You do bad things like being angry or greedy, and that creates bad karma, which leads to suffering. And trust me, this is something people in Thailand think about a lot. And that karma leads directly to this next big idea, rebirth, or samsara. See, death isn't the end of the story. Instead, your consciousness is reborn into a new life. And guess what determines what that life will be like? Yep, all the karma you've built up. But here's the twist. This whole endless cycle of being born, dying, and being reborn is actually considered a form of suffering that you want to escape from. So, if the cycle is suffering, how do you get off the merry-go-round? The answer is nirvana. That's the end game. It's a state of perfect, total peace and freedom that you get by breaking that cycle of rebirth for good. Now, this is seen as incredibly difficult to achieve. We're talking it could take many, many lifetimes. So for most people, the more practical goal is just to build up as much good karma as possible so your next life is a better one. Okay, so we have the big ideas: karma, rebirth, nirvana. But how does that actually play out in real life? How do people go about creating all that good karma day to day? Well, one of the most beautiful examples is the morning alms round. It's a daily ritual where you can really see this belief in action. Monks depend on the community for their daily food, and in return, the people who give them food gain what's called merit, which is basically a deposit of good karma in their spiritual bank account. It's a perfect exchange. And of course, it goes way beyond that. Faith is just woven into the fabric of daily life. People go to temples regularly to pray. Many wear small Buddha amulets, both for protection and as a simple reminder of the teachings. And there's this really unique tradition where most Thai men will actually become a monk for a short time to gain a lot of merit and to honor their parents. So now let's zoom out. When you have pretty much an entire country practicing these beliefs every single day, it's going to have a massive impact on the national character, on the whole culture. Let's connect the dots. It starts with a really basic belief. Openly showing your anger is a fantastic way to create bad karma for yourself. Because of that, losing your temper isn't just considered rude, it's seen as a kind of spiritual weakness, a lack of self-control. And what's the direct result of that? Well, you get the famous Thai smile. That ability to stay calm and polite, even in a really frustrating situation, isn't just about being nice. It's a spiritual practice. It's seen as a sign of wisdom. And you see these kinds of connections everywhere. The belief that you gain good karma by respecting your elders leads to a society that's very hierarchical. The rule about not killing any living thing, well, that translates into a general respect for all life. It's not strange at all to see someone carefully catch a mosquito and release it outside rather than just swatting it. And here's something I find really cool. Buddhism didn't just come in and erase all the older beliefs. A perfect example is the spirit house. It actually comes from pre-Buddhist beliefs about guardian spirits living on the land. But instead of replacing it, Buddhism just sort of absorbed it, creating this really unique spiritual blend that you see everywhere. Finally, it is so important to remember that Thai Buddhism is not a museum piece. It's not stuck in the past. It is a living, breathing faith that is constantly evolving to stay relevant in the modern world. And you can really see how adaptable it is. I mean, there are famous monks with millions of followers on Facebook and YouTube. You can download popular meditation apps right onto your phone. Mindfulness programs are being taught in schools. And you even have monks becoming leaders in environmental conservation movements. It's pretty amazing. So if you're feeling inspired to visit a temple, what do you need to know? It's really simple. Just be respectful. That means dressing modestly, so cover your shoulders and knees. Always take your shoes off before you go inside a building. And here's a big one. As a sign of respect, never point your feet at a Buddha image. But with all this modernization, don't think for a second that the traditional path is fading away. Not at all. The monastic community is still absolutely central to the faith. Get this, there are around 300,000 monks and novices in Thailand today. That is a staggering number, and it's a testament to just how respected and vital their role in society still is. Ultimately, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that to really understand Thailand, you have to understand its Buddhism. It is so much more than a religion. It's the lens for understanding life, death, and happiness. It's a philosophy that teaches patience and kindness. And this quote really says it all. Buddhism is not just in the temples, it is in the heart of the nation.